Well, I've never done it, so this is gonna be fun.
163, okay. Shows a collision between, that's right.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Yeah, okay, so, between 3 balls of clay, 3 balls simultaneously, and speed direction is the resulting block of the clay. Would we add up all the forces?
Yep, well, you'll add up all the velocities
Full velocity of
in the X and in the Y, so you're gonna have to bring them up separately.
So that doesn't actually sound like it's too entirely difficult.
Mm-hmm.
One, 2, 3.
And once you get your resultant vectors, your resultant components, you break them up. What is this called? This is
They're
called.
just going in the -1 direction.
Which one?
For 63. -1. Oh, they're different masses too.
Oh yeah.
That would be important. Okay. So. Which one was the equation you said for the ones that stick together?
That's just gonna be your
That's gonna be like we did for the football players?
yeah.
And that was,
So your momentum
so would we just add one then?
V1.
M1 times V1 plus M2 times V2 plus M3 times
Mhm.
V3?
Except you're gonna be doing it in the X direction. Only you're not gonna add X's and Y's together. So you're gonna find the X component of this for the velocity,
Okay.
and then you're gonna do one for the X and then one for the Y. So in this case, it's gonna be mass. This is gonna be 1, 2, 3.
You got you.
Mass 1 times velocity 1 in the X.
Okay,
Plus
so in the X direction, that's about 3,
that's 2 times velocity 2 is equal to
2.8 for the,
mass 1 plus mass 2 plus mass 3 V in the X. Then for this one we have, oh, and don't forget your negative signs as well. Like on this one right here, it's gonna have a negative because it's going in the negative X direction.
You can just subtract it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can.
1,
And this is gonna be mass 3
2
times
times 8.
V3 minus or plus a negative mass 1 times V1 in the Y, and that is equal to mass 1 plus mass 2 plus mass 3 in the Y, in the Y direction. Cool. Is that how you did it?
Yes, sir.
Very nice, good job. What did you get?
The top one
Yeah,
is -0.07.
0.07, okay.
Because I added the sign of 45.
Yeah.
And then the bottom one I got 0.023.
0.023, so basically it all cancels out, almost.
Almost. It only goes, yeah, at the end it's
Oh, that's done.
0.8 meters a second.
Yeah, it's not that bad. The cool thing is, are you gonna take dynamics?
No.
No? Darn it. The cool thing in dynamics is, we went over stuff like this. Let's say you have a ball right here and another ball right here, and they're coming in at different angles, and then they hit at an angle, right? Like that. You can tell which way they're gonna go. So like this one, it's gonna go that way, and then you have to like calculate like the velocities and how much energy is being passed from one to the other. And it gets to be a mess. It's a mess. But it's really cool. Because like once you know how to do that, you can be like, yeah, if I throw this at the table, it'll come up at a certain angle, at a certain velocity. If you know how bouncy the table and the marker are, you'll know how high it can bounce back up. It's like,
That's crazy.
once you do that, once you learn that, it's like, you are the master of physics. Oh, on here,
Yeah,
don't forget to add all the masses on the other side of the,
because they're sticking together.
yeah, all the masses. On this side, you only used these two, because those are the only ones in the X. But the final has all of the masses combined. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Go team.
I have a question while he's doing
Yeah.
that one. On this other problem, it's a proton getting shot towards an unknown nucleus.
Mm-hmm.
So I got the mass, but it asks for in atomic mass units. So how do I convert that to atomic mass units?
That's a big mass.
What number is that one?
59.
I actually did that one.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. That was a little tricky.
I may have done it wrong. So.
That's a really big
I think we
mass.
just multiply it by 1, like you keep it in atomic mass units, we didn't have to convert anything.
Then I did it wrong because that's way off the right answer.
Cause I think I ended up, I don't know which one my answer is, I think I got, hold on.
The proton bounces with a speed reduced by that in the target.
Oh, are you trying to find the mass of the second one? Is that what that's asking? I got it to equal 14.
Yeah, so I got it to equal 2 plus a lot of digits.
14.
Is it? So if we do that, so we have the mass 1 times your velocity 1, that is going to equal to your mass 2 times velocity 2, final, plus mass 1 times velocity 1, final. What's your mass 1? That's just going to be 1, right? Because we have just one mass unit.
Yeah, so
So we can just leave that as 1.
I had it. Okay.
And how fast was it going?
2.5 times 10 to the 6th.
And then how fast, then we have mass 2, which we don't know. How fast was the second one going? The nucleus.
It was stationary.
How fast was it going after the hit?
3.12 times 10 to the 5th.
Plus mass 1, which is just 1. And then the final velocity of mass 1, how are you going to do that?
Well, it got reduced by 25%.
Okay.
So I did the original velocity times 0.25 and then subtracted that.
Cool, yeah. So you can just do 0.75 times 2.5 times 10 to the 6th.
So I got 1.875 times 10 to the 6th.
1.875
Yeah,
times 10 to the 6th.
yeah.
Cool.
See, that's what I...
What was it?
1.875 times 10 to the 6th.
10 to the 6th. So,
See, that's...
right here, if we subtract this,
Yep.
what do you get?
6.25 times 10 to the 5th.
6.25 times 10 to the 5th
Equals M2
times
times...
2 times 3.12 times 10 to the 5th. What if you divide these across?
Yeah, and that's when I get 2.00, which is wrong.
2. Let me see this.
So I might be putting it in here wrong, I don't know. Times 10 to the 5th.
Does it say it's reduced by or reduced to? 25%.
The proton rebounds with its speed reduced by 25%.
Okay. And the answer is 14?
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
See, the answer was 14.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, but this is the number I keep getting.
One of those had to be negative.
That's right. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, that will do it.
Which ones?
The 1.875.
Oh, it's rebounding, so it's going the
Yeah.
opposite.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Nice job.
Because
That's
I do
awesome.
remember that, and I was getting that answer.
Oh, so you have
Nice.
to add it and not
Yeah,
subtract it.
Yeah.
2.5 PE6 times 0.75.
Actually, no, you're not adding it. You're
Well, it's
still
negative.
subtracting it.
Yep.
Minus a negative, so you are adding it.
14.
Yeah.
You're subtracting a negative, giving you a positive.
Good job. Nice job, Tom.